What's up, future warriors and motivated leaders? Welcome back to ASVAB Mentor, the channel that's all about preparing you for success in the Army and beyond. I'm your guide today, a former soldier who's been there, done that, and wants to help you make smart choices when it comes to your military career. Today, we diving into something that is bound to stir up some opinions. The top 5 dumbest jobs in the Army, but let me be very clear from the jump this ISNT about trashing anyone or making light of the important work that every most contributes to the mission. We're not here to disrespect anyone's service. This list is based strictly on one thing: the lowest ASVAB line scores required for Army enlistment into these roles. That's it. No shade, no spin, just facts from official Army documentation. Now, just because a job has a lower required ASVAB score on paper does not mean the job is easy, unimportant, or lacking in honor. Far from it. Many of these roles are essential to mission success, and believe it or not, a good number of high-scoring recruits actually choose these positions because they want to be in the thick of the action or pursue or personal passion for combat arms engineering or leadership. Still, we're keeping it real. This list is for informational purposes, so if your dream most shows up, don't take it personally. Instead, take it as motivation. All right, let's jump right into the countdown. Number 5, 12B. Combat Engineer. Coming in at number 5 is Combat Engineer, known officially as Most 12 Bravo. If you're someone who thrives under pressure, doesn't mind getting a little muddy, and likes the sound of blowing stuff up for a living, this might just be the role for you. Wonder Bees are the Army's mobility and demolition specialists. Their tasks are all about enhancing movement for friendly forces and slowing down or disrupting the enemy. From route clearance and breaching obstacles to placing explosives and building defensive positions, combat engineers make things happen. They also handle heavy construction equipment like bulldozers and perform IED detection and disposal, especially in deployed environments. Minimum ASVAB line score, 82C. Training, 14 weeks of OSAT at Fort Leonard Wood requirements. Color vision is a factor. If you're colorblind, an exception to policy is needed. It's one of the grittiest jobs in the Army and a perfect match for hands-on high-impact individuals. Want to learn more about combat engineer? Check the link in the description. Number 412C, Bridge Crew Member. Next up is the 12 Charlie Bridge Crew Member. While it doesn't always get the spotlight, this job is a critical link in keeping the Army mobile. When roads are destroyed or rivers stand in the way, these soldiers step up. 1 to CS are trained to build, maintain, and operate tactical bridge systems, including ribbon bridges and fixed spans, in both combat and peacetime scenarios. Think of them as the Army's real-life puzzle solvers, making the impossible possible with steel, boats, and teamwork. They're skilled in construction, water operations, and engineering techniques. In battlefield environments, they ensure units and vehicles can keep moving forward. Minimum ASVAB line score, 82 CO training, 14 weeks at Fort Leonard Wood. Other notes: requires a valid driver's license, and like one to be, an exception is needed for color vision issues. 1 to C may not be flashy, but it's mission critical, especially when speed and precision mean the difference between success and failure. Number 3, 19K, M1 Armor Crewman. At number 3, we have the 19 Kilo, better known as the M1 Armor Crewman. These are the soldiers who operate the Army's iconic M1 Abrams tank, one of the most powerful armored vehicles in the world. From firing the main gun to loading ammo, maintaining the vehicle, or serving as a driver or gunner, 19 kiloseconds are right at the front lines, delivering heavy firepower and unmatched shock effect. This most is physically intense, often working in cramped, noisy, and high-heat environments. But if you love the idea of steel and horsepower dominating the battlefield, this could be your dream job. Minimum ASVAB line score, 77 CO training, 22 weeks at Fort Benning medical requirements, max height 73 inches. Vision must be correctable to 20/20ths in one eye, 21/100ths in the other. Red-green color blindness requires an exception. If you're still watching, drop your current past or future most in the comments so I can shout out the real ones, sticking with me all the way. Number 2, 19D, Cavalry Scout. Brace yourself, number 2 is the Cavalry Scout. MOS 19 Delta, oh yeah, this one always stirs the pot. Cav Scouts have been featured on multiple controversial lists, sometimes even listed as the Army's most complained about MO. But make no mistake, Cav, Scouts are elite reconnaissance specialists, often referred to as the eyes and ears of the battlefield. These soldiers move ahead of friendly forces, scout out enemy positions, and report critical intelligence to command. They operate Humvees and Bradley fighting vehicles, perform surveillance, and are often the first to make contact with the enemy in combat zones. It's a job that demands toughness, quick thinking, and a high tolerance for chaos. Minimum ASVAB line score, 77 CO training, 22 weeks at Fort Benning vision requirements. Same as 19, K correctable to 20/20ths and 21/100ths. No waiver for red color blindness. Want to know more about what Cav Scouts do? Hit the link in the description for a deeper dive. Number 1, 11B, Infantryman. And here it is. Number 1 spot goes to 11, Bravo Infantryman. Often joked about, but deeply respected. Let me say this, clearly I was in 11B myself, and I'll tell you firsthand it might be on this list due to a low ASVAB requirement, but it is not for the weak. In fact, most infantrymen I served with chose this most not because they had to, but because they wanted to be on the front lines where the real work gets done. Infantry soldiers are trained to close with and destroy the enemy, secure terrain, and carry out some of the most demanding operations under the worst conditions. If you're enlisting as a regular infantryman, your official entry point is 11X, which later becomes either 11B or 11C after training. Minimum ASVAB line score, 77 CO training, 22 weeks at Fort Benning requirements, must meet tough physical standards, have correctable vision, and be ready to live rough. Being in 11B is not just an AAOs, it's a lifestyle. You're expected to carry the most gear, operate in the harshest conditions, and make decisions in the chaos of battle. Yes, it requires a low ASVAB score to enter, but it demands mental strength, emotional toughness, and physical resilience. Once you're in, so there you have it, the top 5 lowest ASVAB score jobs in the Army, ranked by minimum line score according to official regulations. But remember, a low score requirement doesn't mean a low impact job. Some of the Army's toughest, most respected soldiers come from these very most. At the end of the day, it is not about what job you start with, it is about the kind of soldier you become. Got questions about most options, ASVAB tips, or what to expect in basic? Drop them in the comments. I respond to as many as I can. Until next time, this is ASVAB Mentor, helping you prepare smarter and serve stronger. Stay sharp and aim up.